just wasn't C.J. Stroud's day. Final 2 minutes of the game, Texans trailing by 3 deep in his own territory. Oh no! C.J. Stroud. There's a line back there for a reason. And obviously everyone on earth immediately hearkened back to a moment in 2008 when our beloved colleague Dan Orlovsky made a play that some would describe as somewhat similar, creating his own club, the legendary Orlovsky Club. This one is somewhat similar there. And Dan Orlovsky, who was in Los Angeles to be a part of our coverage of Monday Night Football today, got up at 6:30 in the morning to be on our show.
This abuse.
And our staff decided to lead with that. Dan, I will ask you, when you see the play from C.J. Stroud yesterday, what's the first thought that goes through your mind?
Freedom. Thank God. This is proof that there is a God. For anybody that doubts that God is real, there's moments like this. Here's what I don't understand, though, Greeny. Jimmy G did this like 3 years ago on Sunday Night Football. So I've long been vindicated from this moment. It's not mine anymore. It was Jimmy's, CJ. It's now yours, bud.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't think it's that easy, Dano.
Yeah. It's sort of a club.
Rex.
Right, Danny, it's a club.
It's a tough one to live down.
And people join it. And I think that, look, that's one of those where the more, the truly merrier, right? You want more and more people to get involved in that.
Absolutely.
All right, let's put Orlovsky to work. He'll be there for NFL Live today. And then obviously we got the game tonight with the Harbaugh brothers. Let me show you very quickly how the Chiefs won yesterday. Rex said yesterday on NFL Countdown, if they didn't blow out the Panthers, that it was a big red flag. Well, they definitely didn't blow out the Panthers. This is Patrick Mahomes with a 33-yard run in the final minute of what was a tie game, and it sets up this with 2 seconds left. Spencer Schrader, a 31-yarder. So the Chiefs do get the win. The record continues to be gaudy. They've won 13 games in a row decided by one score. Here was Mahomes afterward.
You want to have some blowouts. You want to be a little calmer in the fourth quarter. But I've always said it can be a good thing as you get to the playoffs and later in the season. Just knowing that you've been in those moments before, and knowing how to kind of attack it, but play by play, not making it too big of a moment. But no, I mean, I would say this more than anybody. I would love to win a game, not by the very last play.
And yet they cannot find a way to do it. I'm looking at the smile on the face of Orlovsky, and I'm trying to read it. What should we say about the Chiefs, whose point differential is, it was 10th in the league going into this weekend, and now here they are with another one-score win?
Could not care less about point differential. This is a phenomenal football team and the team to beat in the AFC. There's no question about it. Everyone's going to say, well, there's concerns about the offense. I actually thought the offense hummed yesterday against Carolina. Now, did they stall in the red zone once or twice because of penalties? Yes. I don't want to say this has a concern of mine, but it has my attention, and it's their defense. Ever since the Buffalo game, this defense has been uncharacteristic. One, blown coverages where guys are just popping uncovered. That has never been the case in Kansas City with Steve Spagnuolo. Two, there's multiple miscommunication elements on the back end where I'm sitting there going, why? Like the back right there is wide open. See, Bryce Young doesn't throw it to him, but he's wide open. The miscommunication with some route distribution and how they're passing things off, never been the issue. They're getting creased in the run game. Their nickels are getting worn out in coverage. That has way more of my attention rather than, oh my gosh, Patrick in the offense. The defense, ever since that Buffalo game, does not look like that unit.
Rex, you've been talking about a knockout punch all season long. You said yesterday it would be a red flag if they didn't easily handle one of the lesser teams in the NFL in Carolina. How concerned are you about the Chiefs?
I'm really concerned. And I can tell you this, Patrick's concerned. All right? You're lucky you have the greatest quarterback, on the planet. Because if not, this team might be about 500 football team. They're 29th in explosives. All right? This is today's game, 2024. Explosives are important. 29th in the league. By the way, turnovers, is that a factor in games? I don't know. They used to be.
Right.
I don't know. They're 23rd in the
turnover
NFL.
Differential. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, look, you better be concerned. Sacks are a big indicator too. 22nd in that. And these are team things, not just offense, not just defense. What I see is an offense that is not explosive. They have no speed. They have one guy that's got speed, but he's a track guy. He's not even a football player, all right, right now. Now, can he develop? Maybe. But to me, it's a huge concern. Every single team, you let Carolina hang around. You let every team. The Raiders are going to think they got a chance at you. Every single team. And what is going to catch up to you, by the way, just think you're lucky stars you're not in the NFC, because there would have been 3, 4, 5 teams.
Winning football games this late in the season, as we get into the holidays and everything, it's all about positioning for playoffs and seeding. And, there are concerns. Orlovsky's talking about the defense. I'll talk about those tackles. Patrick Mahomes was sacked 5 times. And I'm telling you, in close games like this, you're one strip sack away from your season being over. So, yeah, that is a problem.
Here's the only thing, though. You were talking about one of your Super Bowl teams, the 04 team. You guys also won all these one-score games.
Yep.
And so you were telling me this morning, when you get late in a close game, you know you're going to win. Your team has total belief you're going to win. And in the playoffs, these games tend to be close.
Yeah, the last 10 years, 54% of the games are one-score games, okay? When you're close, no one's starting the game. You're going to compete with the Chiefs, but you feel the fear when there's 2 minutes left and you know who's on the other sideline.
Kansas City, the team to beat in the AFC, yes or no, D. Wood?
No, I'm going to go Buffalo. I think Buffalo. Right now I think Buffalo is the team.
Okay.
I will say this. It's funny, a team that's sitting here 10-1, and we're just trying to nitpick this team to death when we haven't even hit Thanksgiving. Usually, Brew, we used to talk about this all the time. Like Thanksgiving, that's kind of the time where contenders and pretenders start separating themselves right now. All right? And the Kansas City Chiefs, yeah, do they have problems at offensive tackle? Yeah. Do they have problems, on the defensive side, kind of giving up things a little bit? But they find ways to win games.
There aren't 5 quarterbacks more important to their football team in our league than Tua. And we're seeing that. And anybody who ever wants to argue about it with me, don't ever do it again. They're right back in the playoff race right now. They're the 8th seed. Dude, when this team has Tua and Mike McDaniel together, they're 23-14. They score 27 points a game. They have 380 yards of offensive game. He is one of the 5 most important quarterbacks in our league to their team.
Next Monday, Dan, is Caleb Williams.
The offensive coordinator, Thomas Brown, he's made Caleb Williams look like a different player. And I don't know what the future holds in Chicago, but I do know if this continues, you want him around your young quarterback. Caleb's seeing the field fast. He's getting through progressions. He's playing with a tremendous amount of confidence and conviction. Thomas Brown with Caleb Williams is a win.
They have looked like a completely different offense the last 2 weeks. But speaking of rookie quarterbacks, Dan, how about Bo Nix?
Yeah, he's taking over Offensive Rookie of the Year award right now. He's got 4 starts this season where 70% completion percentage or more. He's got 5 starts where he's taken one sack or less. He's got 8 starts, 8, where he hasn't thrown an interception. He is playing at an incredibly high level right now. I don't think it's a runaway. It's still him and Jaden, but he has definitely taken over. I thought Jaden forced the ball a little bit yesterday. Bo Nix has got Denver in the playoffs.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier this morning. We all agree. Bo Nix and Sean Payton has done an unbelievable job. Now, I'm old enough to remember when Malik Nabers of the Giants was having a great rookie season. Well, that came to a screeching halt. And then yesterday, after the Giants at one point were down 30-0 at home against Tampa in what might have been the worst performance by any NFL team this season, Malik Nabers after the game said this.
What words today would you use to describe this loss?
Selfish.
How disappointed are you?
Very.
What are you most disappointed about?
Shit's over, man. I'm tired of going out there and losing. It's just that. I don't know, bro. Go out there first, second quarter, don't get the ball, start getting targets at the end. Can't do nothing. Start getting the ball when it's 30-0. What you want me to do?
Why in the first half are they not looking at you?
I don't know. Talk to Dave about that. Talk to Dave.
Malik, did you expect the quarterback change to provide more of a spark than it did?
Obviously it ain't the quarterback. Same outcome when we had DJ at quarterback. Take a look. It ain't the quarterback.
All right, strong comments for a team in total turmoil. And D. Wood, what does it say that it's a rookie who was willing to say those things?
No leadership in the locker room. I mean, for Malik Nabers to come out and say all the things that he said post-game, that speaks volumes about what that locker room is like right now for the New York Football Giants. I mean, listen, I understand Malik Nabers is a fantastic player, but listen, most of the times when it comes to rookies, they don't usually just put themselves out there like that.
Let me say
they
something.
don't.
Let me say that they've taken away the ability to lead from all their leaders, because you and I can talk to anyone and say, let's do this, but then the big picture is so bad, and the big picture that you've shown us even as leaders is like you don't care.
Right.
So anything I say is now, it's worthless.
Right.
It's worthless because I can try to tell these guys to be a professional. I can say, Malik, hey man, let's go. Let's just go out there and try to. Why? You've shown that you don't care upstairs, so why would someone like Malik listen to any type of leadership? I'm with you on that.
What I'm hearing is they're saying that the way the Giants handled Daniel Jones with 7 games left in the season ripped the heart out of that locker room, Rex.
100% right. It was atrocious, an absolute disgrace. You gave up on those players. And now you want to sit back and you want to see that Herculean effort and all this. No, you gave up on them. How the hell do you expect them to react? All right, 7 games left. And you're doing it for injury prevention so you don't have to pay that money. So the season's a wash. That's what you're telling these players. They give way too much of themselves. And this, I was so happy to see this performance. So happy. All right, why? Because this is what you deserve. The Giants, this is what you deserve.
Quickly, before I give it to Dan, Rex told a story yesterday in Buffalo. They tried to make you bench your quarterback for the last game of the season, and you said to them, fire me instead. You refused to do it because you wouldn't do it to the rest of the players on the team.
Greeny, in all fairness, they were going to fire me anyway.
No, I get it.
So it was like, but I sat back and said, absolutely. I go, I just assume you fire me now because I thought it was a horrible message. Because, well, it's okay for Kyle Williams to get hurt. It's okay for D. Wood to get hurt, Orlovsky to get hurt, but not Tyrod Taylor. It's horrendous to see.
Dan, final word on this.
Yeah, Giants building is broken. It's a broken building, and it's a results-based business. I love Brian Daboll. I think he's a fantastic coach. At the end of the day, the only way to fix what's broken is to go ahead and try to fix it. And I don't think it's going to happen with the people that are in that building right now because of the performance of yesterday. I think the Giants players spoke very clearly with the way that they played that football game yesterday.
It might have been as non-competitive as any game we've seen in the NFL this year for those of you who didn't see it.